do not do it. There's so much more to this than just picking classes, y'all. Like, best believe I am ready for anything, and that's why I always get all the classes that I want. Don't play with me. So now let me tell you guys what I work through so I can tell you guys why I don't take certain classes. Y'all see my schedule is coming along quite nicely. Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Peace. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hey, hello, it's your girl Peace, and on this channel I make videos and advice on how to help college students thrive, and I also help you if you're transitioning into college as well. So my channel is the #1 place you want to be in if you are a college student or you're about to be a college student. So go ahead, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, and join the fam. So, you guys probably know today is November 1st, and this is around the time that people start picking out classes and registering for classes for the upcoming semester. And y'all, this time is very, very stressful, and I understand. So I'm here to make it a tad bit easier. So welcome to my Picking Classes Made Easy. Welcome to how I smartly choose classes. Welcome to the video you wished I made earlier. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to help you do a few things. I'm going to help you pick classes that will allow you to graduate on time, okay, because that's important now. Help you pick classes that are balanced and doesn't stress you out too much, because I know college already is stressful. And thirdly, I'm going to help you pick a schedule that gives you time to do other things. And I'm going to do this in 3 sections. This video is going to be broken down to 3 parts. You can skip around if you want to. I recommend you don't because they all flow into each other, but it's up to you. The first part is going to be tips for things you should know before you start looking for classes, things to keep in mind. And that's right there. I have 18 tips for you. Do not skip that section, I promise. The second section is tips while you're searching. And also, I'm actually going to show you some live footage of me searching for my classes so you can see precisely what I do. So I can walk you through, oh, I do this. This is how I pick my schedule. So I'm going to help you guys pick your schedule. You can also see me pick mine. And the third section is going to be registration day tips and tricks to make sure everything goes about on track, but also what to do in case it doesn't, because things happen. And I've been doing this for a minute now. I'm a junior at Howard. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. So now let's go to the first section, which is things to keep in mind before you register. Let's go to number 1. Tip number 1 when registering for classes. This is the very, very first thing you want to do. Be sure to set up a 4-year plan with your advisor. This 4-year plan will include every single class you need to take in order to graduate. Yes, but that's the normal one. I also want you to include major or a minor, whether or not you want to graduate early, whether or not you want to study abroad, and how to go about taking the classes for that. You want to include every single thing that will impact your 4 years. And y'all, please comment down below if you want a separate video on how to make a 4-year plan, because I made one with my advisor my freshman year, and that was so helpful. But I know that not all schools do that. So if you guys want me to do it, be your advisor a little bit, let me know. Y'all know I'm always there to help you. Like, come on, look at this video. I'm putting it out right when you guys need it. I know it. I see it. Step number 2 kind of goes in line with number 1. You want to talk to your advisors because they can really, really help you. Also, you're kind of sort of paying for them. So, like, go to them. Your advisors can help you set up your 4-year plan, but they can also help you with things to apply to, important forms to fill out. Like my advisor, she gave me this one form that helped me fill out my 4-year plan. I can't find it right now, but I'll find a screenshot and put it right here for you guys if I can. And that helped me. You also want to talk to your advisor, especially in your senior year, to make sure that you're on track to graduate. But you want to talk to them before that, but you know. So at Howard, it's a little bit difficult to get in touch with their advisor. It's just a tad bit. So I recommend that you start getting in touch with them now ASAP before registration, because that's when a lot of people are going to flock to that. So start building a relationship with them so they know who you are before it's time for you to even register. Number 3, imagine your perfect schedule. Like, close your eyes with me. Are your eyes closed? Close your eyes with me. Imagine your perfect schedule. What time does it start? What time does it end? Do you have breaks, or is it just straight through? Do you have time to nap? Or if you do have a break to nap, is napping the best thing for you to do? You wake up if you nap. Or is it like a back-to-back thing, and then afterwards, after you're done, you have the best nap of your life? Imagine that perfect schedule. So number 3 is like your perfect schedule, but also like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And number 4, just like you have a I want this, also make a list of your deal breakers. Like, I refuse to have a class at this time. I refuse to have a class with this teacher. I refuse to do this. I refuse to do that. Create a list of deal breakers. Sometimes you have to actually, go against the deal breaker. It happens, but just create them at the beginning just so you have a inkling of what you want to do. Number 5, let's talk about the 8 a.m.s. Yes, the dreaded 8 a.m. Actually, if I think about it, I should have put number 8 as the 8 a.m.s, but whatever. All right, so college students are kind of split between 8 a.m.s, and I'm going to explain why, okay? In my opinion, one word and one word alone: do not do it. There are 2 types of people when it comes to 8 a.m. The type of people like, oh, I've been doing this for 18 years. I got this. I'm used to it. College is a piece of cake. And then there's the other type of people who's like, I've been doing this for 18 years. I'm sick of this BS. Let me do something different. Now, can you guess which one I am? The second type of person. Yeah. So you want to decide whether or not you prefer early or late classes. Some people like 8 a.m.s because they're like, oh, 8 a.m., I'm up, I'm alert, I can go be productive, I can get a head start on my day, and because I start earlier, most times I will finish earlier too. There are those type of people. But other people like later classes because they're like, I can sleep in a little bit, relax, I'm a stressed out college student, I have time to sleep in, and then start my day later on. My tip for you, if you're between those two, like you don't want to have really, really early classes, but you don't want to have really late classes as well, I highly recommend that you get a mix of both, which is like, instead of you getting 8 a.m.s, get 9 or 10 a.m.s, which is what I do. And you guys are going to see when I make my schedule. I don't get 8 a.m.s, like, no. I did that freshman year, no more, no. So get 9 a.m.s, 10 a.m.s, so it's like relatively early, but not too early. So a general rule of thumb, most college students don't like early classes, 8 a.m.s, and they also don't like late classes, like 6:40, 8 p.m. classes. Don't do it. Tip number 6, if you are between a class that's convenient for you and your schedule, but that class is with a bad professor, versus a class that's not convenient for you, it's with a really good professor, I recommend you go with the class that's not convenient for you, but it's with your really good professor. I'm gonna repeat again for the people in the back because this always trips people up. If you're between a class that's convenient for your schedule, that's perfect for your schedule, but it has a professor that doesn't have the best ratings, versus a class that is not convenient for you, that you have to switch your schedule around. Maybe you have to do one of your deal breakers, but it's with a really good professor. Take the good professor. I repeat, take the good professor. Every single time, take the inconvenient time, but the best professor. Why, you may ask? Perfect question. Number 1, you won't fail. Because the professor has really good reviews, you are more likely to actually pass the class. Plus, they're more likely to be engaging. That's why the student likes them. Or maybe they're more likely to be lenient on grades and stuff like that. And if they keep you engaged, that means you're more likely to come to class and not fail. But if you have a really bad professor, you're not going to want to come to class. Take it from experience now. You're not going to want to come to class, which means you're going to fail. It's a convenient class, but you're not even going to the class anyways because the professor is a bad professor and it annoys you to go to the class, so you don't go to the class. And this is college, not high school, so no one's going to force you to go to the class that you're paying for. All this to say, take the inconvenient time with a better professor every time. Like, I have literally worked my entire schedule around one good professor. Professors can make or break your college experience. The 7th thing to keep in mind when you're picking classes, think about clubs, jobs, extracurriculars, Greek life, anything you want to do inside and during school. Now, I messed up with that this semester. I'm not going to lie. I messed up. So my current semester schedule that I made last semester, I did not think about it. Extracurriculars, jobs, any of that. I did not think about it. Why? Because my freshman year, I wasn't really involved. Plus, it was cut short. And sophomore year, we were all online. So now that this semester, we're back on campus for the first time in a year and a half, my classes Mondays and Wednesdays end at 6:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays end at 7 o'clock. Peak time that most clubs meet, at least at Howard I can say, is like 5 to 8 p.m. So can you tell me why everything falls during the time that I have class? So it's like, do I go to class that I'm paying for so I can get a good grade, so I can pass, so I can get my degree, or do I go to a club? Of course, I went with the class. Don't make the same mistake I did, okay? Okay, tip number 8. If you don't know what you want to major in, like if you come in undecided, or if you are a major but you're like, I don't know how I feel about that major. First, start off with your general education classes. Start off with classes that you have to take regardless of what major you are. Why? Because when you switch over from one major to another, you want to make sure that it transfers so they don't become fall through courses. Y'all, all this is I'm saying, y'all, I'm saying it from experience, y'all. Don't make the same mistake I did, okay? For example, when I was a chem major, I took a lot of my chem classes. I'm like, let me get ahead of it, all that good stuff. But when I switched from a chem major to a psych major that I currently am right now, all those chem classes just fell through. They become a fall through course. So they were just useless. Those, 4 or 5 classes gone to waste. I'm not saying hold off on taking all the classes that you have to take, but first semester or so, just test the waters with the gen ed classes in case. Number 9, we're actually almost done. When you register for classes, start with classes that like only have a few seats left, because if you really need that class and only have like 10 seats left out of 40, baby girl, get on that, okay? Keep that in mind anytime you register. Maybe you don't want to start with that first, but at least like keep that maybe your second class or your third class that you pick. Think of those classes only have a little bit of space, so put some pep in your step when you're registering for them, okay? Tip number 10, if you're between back-to-back classes versus classes with huge gaps, I personally prefer back-to-back classes. Back-to-back classes, you take a break and then you're done for the day. Let's say you have a class from 1 to 2, and then your next class is not until like 6 to 7 or something like that. You have a whole 4-hour gap right there. Most college students be like, oh, I'm gonna use this time to be productive, to like get some work done. False. Like, people don't do that. They'll get distracted, they'll get on TikTok, they'll do everything but what they're supposed to be doing. But if you have back-to-back classes, you are on track. But even worse than the 4-hour gap is if there's a 1-hour gap. Oh, let me go take a quick nap. Or let me just get something done real quick. But the time is too little for you to do something. You know what I mean? By the time you take away all your distractions and stuff like that, oh, you only have 15 minutes left until your next class. You might as well keep slacking off. Y'all see? There's so much more to this than just picking classes, y'all. But yeah, so the number 10, I was talking about breaks. Speaking of breaks, please do not forget to eat. Do not forget to have a break to eat. So yes, I recommend having back-to-back classes, but at least have a section there for a time to eat or something. Because I remember one semester, I think it was my freshman year, second semester. Yes, right. That was such an awful semester. Why, you might ask? Great question. That semester, there was 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I had 6 classes back to back. And I did not have time to eat. 6 classes. Not 40 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and it was 4 to 6 for a lab. I had a whole 9 to 6 p.m. without me eating. That was a whole shift. And if I was working, at least give me a lunch break sometime in that, right? All this to say, give yourself time to eat, because I was like nibbling like a rat. I was nibbling on like snack, granola bars, or during classes, in the middle of classes, because the girl was hungry. And if I forgot my snacks, my stomach would be doing like it doesn't have any sense. All this to say, if you're gonna do back-to-back classes, which I recommend, don't go OD with it and give yourself an actual break, to eat so you don't die. That would be nice. But hey, I could be wrong. Let me stop. Number 12, we only have 5 left. Let's go. When you are registering for classes, be sure to pay attention to class size so you know what to expect. In a class of 10 people, you can't really slack off like that. You kind of have to participate in class. But in a class of 40 people, 100 people, you can chill a little bit, which is good and bad. You can chill a little bit, but you can also chill too much. Like, I currently have a lab on Fridays at 12 to 1 p.m. this semester, and there's only 3 other people in the class. So yeah, he be calling on me to be doing stuff. It's bad when I don't pay attention, which sounds bad, but it happens. So it's like I can't really blend in if there's not a lot of people to blend, All right, tip number 13. Talk to upperclassmen. I repeat, talk to upperclassmen, because they just had the teacher, or maybe they had it a few years back. They know what to expect. They can give you help, tips, maybe even notes, study guides, what they did to pass the class. Talk to them. Be sure to ask them what they got in the class too, because you don't want to talk to someone who got a C. I mean, if you're okay with the C, go ahead. But I would talk to someone who got an A. Someone who was quote unquote the teacher's pet. Someone who the teacher loved. Someone who went to office hours. Someone who Y'all feel me? When you talk to upperclassmen, you can ask them what class would they recommend, what teacher, what professor, because that makes a difference, as we learned. What was their experience? What was their grade? Would they recommend them to you? And if you have any questions about certain classes or professors, drop it down below. I'm a psych major, so if you're a psych major too, I can definitely help you. If you're not a psych major, I can still help you as well. I can connect you with my friends. Number 14, use Rate My Professor. If you do not know what Rate My Professor is, you are living under a rock, but it's okay because I'm here to be your best friend. Rate My Professor is essentially a site where students, college students, can go and rate their professors, hence the name. They can see the reviews, whether it's good or bad. In the section where I'm actually picking my classes, I will show you guys how to actually like use it, how it looks like and stuff. So y'all don't worry, if you stay tuned, I got you. Okay, this guy was test heavy. This guy was book heavy. Okay, don't get the book. Oh, he was really sweet. Go to office hours, you get an A. Oh, he goes too fast in the slides. It can tell you what you need to know. Rate My Professor is perfect if you don't have upperclassmen to ask for help. It's perfect even if you do have upperclassmen to help, because that's corroborating or refuting their story. But what people don't talk about when they talk about Rate My Professors, I'm a psych major. I took a lot of stats class, so I want you to understand that Rate My Professor is a voluntary survey. Most people who do a voluntary survey, they have to feel passionate about it. You have to really like the professor or really hate the professor for you to go and do a voluntary survey. For example, if you got this sunscreen from Amazon, no one's asking you to leave a review. You can choose whether or not you want to. So if you feel strongly about it either way, that's when you're gonna go and leave a review. Oh, this sunscreen was amazing. Skin cancer, who? Not me. Or like, this is so awful. It smelled awful. It made me burn. You have to feel strongly about it either way. So that's what Rate My Professor is. So people who feel really great about it, this man is fantastic, versus people who, this man is awful, I hate him, curse him. You know what I mean? The people who are in the middle, who was like, oh, he was a pretty cool guy, he could have been better, but you know, those type of people are not likely to go and fill out a voluntary survey. So keep in mind that Rate My Professor is like most times on an extreme. And not talk about voluntary survey. Let's go to the next tip. Tip number 15, stacking classes. So stacking classes can mean two different things to certain people. So stacking classes can mean like you having your classes back to back to back to back, or it can mean you having all your classes on 2 to 3 days. Now, I personally was never blessed to stack my class, but my really close friend Janelle is. This semester, Janelle only has classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So she's only on campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She has a mix of online and in-person classes. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, Janelle does not have class. Now, there are pros and cons to this. Janelle is doing the pros because she didn't have class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Janelle got a job and she's able to work the entire day for those days that she does not have class. That's a perk of stacking your class. Now, I'm not as blessed enough to be able to do that. I wish. I have classes all 5 days, sadly. If you're in your first semester or your first year, I don't know about you doing stacking classes because it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. But let me tell you guys the pros and cons of stacking classes. Cons: because you have all your classes on 2 to 3 days, you are super stressed on those 2 to 3 days. Pro: you can use those other days, the days that you're free, to do something productive, like work on a side hustle, like pick up a job, like do things like that. But most times, because you're so stressed on the days that you are stacking your classes, the other days that you're off, that you're supposed to be productive, most times you're just kind of like recuperating. So do what you will. If you have any more questions, drop it down below. Okay, and tip number 16, before we go ahead and actually show you guys how I pick my classes live, tip number 16 is called 15 to finish. I repeat, 15 to finish. So you need 15 credits-ish to graduate on time, because 15 credits a semester times 8 semesters, that's if you're graduating in the 4 years, is, let me do some math now, 120 credits to graduate, and that most times is what you need to graduate. That's Howard's as well. Just keep in mind that even though they say this all the time at Howard, maybe at other schools as well, this is not assuming that you pick up a minor. This is not assuming that you change your major 1 or 2 or 3 times. This is not assuming that you withdraw from a class. This is assuming everything goes right and you, damn. This is assuming everything goes right. 15 to finish. But me, most times I take 17, 18, 19 credits a semester because I don't want to have the minimum. I always recommend you take a little bit more in case you have to withdraw. If you only took 15 credits, 15 to finish, right? And you have to withdraw from a class that turned out to be awful, but that class is 4 credits. If you drop that class, you only have 11 credits left. You need 12 to be a full-time student to keep your scholarship. You don't ever want to be in that position. And I know a lot of my friends who were in that position. I don't want that for you. So don't do it. Only take a little bit more in case you have to withdraw, in case you have to drop the class. Also, in case you want to graduate early, or in case you want to pick up or drop a minor or something like I did, do that. Like, yes, it's a lot, especially with everything else that I do, but I'm able to make it work. I can give you guys tips on how to make it work if you guys want as well. But yeah, I hope you guys are liking this bright color. I wear this bright color so it can brighten up your day, because I know this whole thing is stressful. Brighten up your, because it's neon and it's, yeah. Okay guys, so I'm done this section. Now it's time to move on to the second of me actually picking classes. I'm actually going to show you guys precisely what I do. You're gonna get a sneak peek into my mind, a piece's mind, if you will. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. All right guys, so we're here. It's time to pick some classes. So let's do that. Why don't we? We're gonna use a few different websites. First things first that we're gonna use is DegreeWorks, which you guys are gonna see on the screen. And then we're also going to use Rate My Professors. You're going to put in the school that you're in. Since I'm in Howard, I'm going to put in Howard. And then you have a spot to put your professor's name. We're also going to use, we call this Bison Web. So your school's version of that. I'm going to sign in. So now we're going to go to registration. We're going to find look up classes to add. When it's time to actually register, we're going to click add drop classes. But for now, look up classes to add. The next website we're going to use is actually called Coursical. Make a new schedule. First things first that we're going to do, like from the jump, I'm going to look based on my scheme. I'm going to see that, okay, I have a few classes that I've taken, and there's a few more that I want to take. A few of them are fall through courses that I was talking about earlier. So now I'm gonna see, okay, for sure that I want to take is this one third year writing class 716, which will finish up my English requirement. But this class actually also counts for one of my psych classes right here, the psych 716. And if you click on it, it pops this right here. And they only have one section for it. So I know for sure that that is my deal breaker, that I have to have that class. And look, they have 21 seats open. They meet Monday, Wednesday. So I'm going to look real quick to here, upcoming semester. It is Psych 716. Abnormal psychology, psych elective, but also it's a writing class. So that also counts as a writing class. So find classes that actually do both and you will be golden. Okay, so you guys can see there's only one section here. And oh, I had this teacher before and she's amazing. But let's say I didn't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search up her name, put it in Rate My Professor, and then look, she has 3.6 rating. 75% of them will take it again. 2.6, so it's not really hard. Work is very straightforward. You don't have to show up for class. It's pretty easy. Awesome. Look at all this 4-5-star reviews. Awesome. They would take again. They got an A here. And look, this is recent too. So this was just, a few months ago. So of course, there are going to be some bad reviews. But as you guys can see, most of them are good reviews. So based on just that, this is a pretty good teacher. I already took her before, but I'm just walking y'all through as if I didn't take her. So now I'm going to go to Coursical, y'all. This is it. Find that class name, Psych 716. And I'm going to go search it up. Psych 716, and boom, there's only one section. I started off with that because I know I have to take this class, because most times it's either full. This semester I was supposed to take it, but it clashed with another one of my classes that I had to take as well. So start with a class that you know you have to take. It gets filled really easily, things like that. Where do we go from now? All right, so now I'm going to look back here, back in my DegreeWorks. All right, what's another class that I wanted to take that gave me difficulty before? The next thing, let me take my minor, Accounting Principle 2, Accounting 202. Yeah, I didn't take that class because I'm a business admin minor. So now let's go to business. Now there are a few sections for me to work with. All right. So let's see what we got. So now let me tell you guys what I work through so I can tell you guys why I don't take certain classes. This one right here, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:10 to 6:30. That's essentially the class that I'm taking right now. I hate late classes, so that's off. Okay, this one is a good option. 11, also another good option. This next one, 5 to 6:30, cross that out. This one is 6:40 to 8. cross that out as well. So right now there's only 3 options: the O1 section, the O2 section, and the O5 section. Oh, this one is for accounting major, so scratch that. There's only O1 and O2. Now, where do I go from here? It's taught by the same teachers, Andrea Hill. Let's search her up. Ooh, as y'all can see, she has a 2. She does not have the best ratings, okay? 34% of them will take again, so that's not the best. 3.7 level difficulty, but keep in mind that this is accounting. You know what I mean? It's gonna be kind of hard. 2 out of 5 ratings are not the best ratings, so this is a really good review. This is from 2 years ago. She doesn't have the most updated reviews. Oh, this is from what? December 2019. Makes the class way harder than it has to be. Don't take the class unless you absolutely have to. Don't take her. Okay. So not the best reviews for Andrea Hill. But y'all, like, this already is the only 2 classes that will work with my schedule. Now this man, I heard great reviews from Shelton, but I do not want this lathe class. So remember how I said there's in between you there, like convenient time versus what you call it. Yes, I recommend, but most times you go for the best teacher, but other times, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want late classes. Like, that's literally will take up so much of my time. So I think I'm gonna have to go. Yo, look, 5 out of 5 stars, but he only has 1 rating though, so of course that's biased. I think he's a new teacher, that's why. No, I took stats. You need more to really see it. But I can't take this 640 class. I just can't. So I'm probably gonna have to skip that. So it's gonna be between this one and this one. So let's just put both of them on my schedule real quick. The section 1, or gonna have section 2. Oh, for sure, I know I want to take Yoruba. So I've taken 2 years so far, Yoruba 2 and 3. I checked out of Yoruba 1 because I didn't know the language a little bit. So let me finish up my Yoruba credit. So let's search up Yoruba classes. There's only 1 teacher for it, and most times he only has one section. And whoop, just like that. I already had the teacher before, so he's pretty cool. So I'm not even gonna look up the class. I have no other option. Oh, it's 4 to 5. But it's okay. That happened. He probably has Yoruba 1 at 12, Yoruba 2 at 1, Yoruba 3, yep. Y'all can see, yep. 4 to 5 is not too bad. I can't have anything later than that though. We have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 classes, 9 credits. I normally take 18, 19. So we got a lot more work to do. Let me look at my major classes because, you know, I am a psych major. Let me get my major classes out the way. Cross-cultural psych, psych of the back experience. I could do this. Psychology of gender. I could also do this. Psych of racism. Click this. Okay, I have a lot more seats. I only have 1 spot left. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let me put that in. Psych of race and racism. Oh, 340 to 5, but it's fine. Let's look at the teacher though. Jules Harrell. Okay, really good reviews. Okay, 90% of them will take it again. Not that hard. Okay, great reviews. Perfect. Y'all see the reviews. Let me find another psych class. So I took 1 from here, so I'm done cluster 1. Let's look at this psych electives. I only have 1 left here. Health psychology. Oh, I heard really good reviews about this one. And of course, they only have 1 section for that as well. Okay, and it's the class time is not bad as well. Health psychology. Oh, look, the professor right here shows it right here. The professor is that same Miss IU. Dr. IU, she's fantastic. I had her my freshman year, so I don't need to look her up again. Y'all see my schedule is coming along quite nicely. So even though it says 18 credits here, it's really 15 because I'm going to drop one of the accounting. I'm probably going to drop this minor in chemistry, y'all. I'm not going to cap. Click on this. That you need a D in econ. I took econ, but you still need to take accounting 202. I haven't taken accounting 202, but I heard that a lot of these business classes you can actually get in even without having the requirements. So I'm going to try to get this on my schedule. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I'm going to try. There are 4 sections. Let's look it up. When you see GR, it means graduate level, so grad school. So let's do management. Either look up the sections like this, or you can look it up here on Corsical. So all of them could fit my schedule. This is when I'm gonna actually look at their reviews. So this lady, since she already has a good review, well, now I'm between 301 and 304. Y'all know I don't like big gaps. So I don't like how there's a gap between 12:30 and 2, and there's another gap, a 30-minute gap between 3:30 and 4. I don't like that. I'm most likely gonna go for this one. So let's cancel this one. Okay. Right now, if you do 21 minus 3 I have 18 credits. I don't want to take another whole 3 credit class because I don't think I've ever taken 21 credits before. I've taken 17, 18, 19, and 20, but never 21. Let me find a 1 credit class so that can make it 19. Our 1 credit classes are normally our activity classes. They're called HHPL right here. So I haven't taken any of my classes of this, but they're 1 credit class, so I could really just take them all in 1 semester. So this is like swimming. I don't think I want to learn how to swim just yet. Plus the pool is closed, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I heard that you can take another activity class and use that for swimming, but I don't do that right now. Let's see. Elementary judo. Interesting. Okay, that's an option. Yeah, he has fantastic reviews. Perfect. I heard about 160 as well. Women's health. I heard this is a really good class. People always rave on and on about it. Now there are more options, but now some things are conflicting. Section 1 would conflict with one of my psych classes, so no to that one. This one would conflict with my accounting class, but that's also a maybe, so I could go with this one. This one will conflict with my psych writing class, so no. This one will conflict with 2 classes, so definitely no. This one, oh no, this is a 6 to 7:30 class. No. Plus it doesn't have the best reviews, so I think it's gonna be the best one. So that means I have to drop this class, this accounting class. So controlling stress and tension, I heard it's a really good class, a really good professor, but it's so long and it's so late. Like look, it's 5:40 to 7:20. Like I'm not doing that. If I was to do it, what day should I do? Definitely not Monday, because I already have 4 other secure classes that I'm gonna for sure take. Definitely not Wednesday, because it's the same thing as Monday. Maybe this one, Tuesday, because the only secure class that I have on Tuesday is accounting and this side class. This other HHPL is like optional. When you're picking classes, you want to have multiple options in case something goes wrong. And the other ones, I know for sure I'm going to get into them, so I don't have options for them. But as I was doing them, I kept some things in mind. But that's pretty much it. Like, this is my schedule for the most part. Even though it says 21 credits here, keep in mind to remove 2 of those. So it's going to be 19 credits. Pretty good. We did that really quick. But that's just to show you guys an idea of what goes on in my mind. So you can actually save this. You can actually sync this to pair this to your phone. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys should go to the next section on tips and tricks on the day of. But I hope this really helped you guys. I hope I really broke it down. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And now to the next section. Now it's time for section 3, registration day tips, things to do in case everything goes wrong. Let's get it. Tip number 1, the day you sign up, you actually have to have the credits for that year. So today, right now, seniors are signing up. Tomorrow is juniors. The next day after that is sophomores. The day after that is freshmen. For me, last semester, even though I was a sophomore, I had the credits for a junior. So I was able to sign up a day earlier than my peers. So if you have more credits, you can sign up a day earlier, but it also works the other way, because if you have less credits, you can sign up a day later. Me and a few of my friends were both technically sophomores. I came in with more credits. I signed up as a junior a day before, but because of things and happening and stuff like that, she was a sophomore, but I think she dropped her class. So she was technically a freshman. So she signed up a day later. Keep that in mind. Another reason why you take more classes than you need to, because you could also sign up early. Yeah, keep that in mind, because that always trips people up. If you are a freshman and you're a freshman by credits, check it too. You will sign up on the freshman day, not on the sophomore day, because you are a rising sophomore. It doesn't work like that. Let me know if that makes sense. Also, at Howard and most places, registration starts at 9 a.m. So be sure to have everything ready. Be on the website by 8:55. You want to have multiple tabs open and have multiple tabs of the same thing, because there's a whole class of people who are signing up at one time. The sites sometimes like to crash. So if one of the tabs crash, cancel that, and then you have another one open, refresh it real quick and get in. You gotta be prepared for anything. You also want to have certain people's emails ready. If you're a Howard student and you want a list of like all the department heads that you could possibly need, please comment down below and I can share it to your Gmail. I have those people's emails ready in case I can't get into one class. Hi, hello, my name is Peace. This is my ID number. I'm trying to get into this class. Best believe I am ready for anything, and that's why I always get all the classes that I want. Don't play with me. So let's talk about the worst case scenario. If all the classes or a majority of the classes that you want are full, which happened to me, but your girl is not a quitter and you are not either, before the day of, make other options of possible classes that you wouldn't mind. Possible classes that, oh, I don't mind this in case this one doesn't work because I know this class fills up early. I don't mind this. Also be ready to override. And to override is like, if you really need this class, email your professor and see if they'll override it and let you in the class, even if the class is full. And sometimes they'll say no. They've said no to me a few times. And if that's the case and you really need to get to this class to graduate on time or for your major or something, if you really want to, you can go to the department. You can start a petition for other people who want to get in that section as well, and they can literally make a whole section for you guys at that time. They can really make something shake for you guys, but that's if you get enough names on the petition. And if that still does not work, baby girl, baby boy, just take the class another semester. It's not that deep. Well, I don't want to say that and invalidate your feelings, but like, it's obviously not meant to be. So I recommend just take the class another semester. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a bit lengthy, but you guys know that my long videos are very detailed as hell, and you guys can always skip around. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, subscribe. And if you made it to the very end, you are a real one. And I want everyone else to know that you're a real one too. So be sure to comment hashtag the perfect schedule. I repeat, comment hashtag the perfect schedule so everyone else can know that you're a real one too. And until next time, peace out.